Well, good evening from Swift Current, Canada. As you see, the Swift Current Creek in behind, as the city has been named after. Lovely park around the Swift Current Creek, centered around this town that was founded within the Northwest Mounted Police, along with the railroads to expand west. Not on that bridge, but the bridge that crosses the Swift Current Creek you take to get to the Credit Union I-Plex, as the world converges in here for the 2016 Ford World Women's Curling Championship. Teams being piped out onto the ice for session 14. It's the USA taking on Japan. I'm Luke Coley. We'll be joined with Hans Frauenlob for tonight's draw, as we bring you live coverage of the evening draw. 4 draws remaining in round robin play, and still lots to be determined. Both the teams in our feature game playoff aspirations looking to give themselves a chance to get into it. Japan controls their destiny. Let's meet the teams. Lead for US, Natalie Nicholson. Their second, Nicole Jornstad. The third, Allison Pottinger. And the skip, Erica Brown. They'll take on Japan with their lead, Yurika Yoshida. Second, Yumi Suzuki. The third, Shinami Yoshida. Oh, with the birdie on the finger. And their skip, Satsuki Fujisawa. No one says they don't have any fun. So we look at the standings throughout Switzerland. At a 7-1 record, followed closely by Scotland at 7-2, then Canada and Japan at 6-2. Russia needs some help, as they sit at 5-3, while the US also needs to win and get help at 4-4. Korea, 4-5 record. Denmark, Germany, and Sweden all with 3 wins, and Finland and Italy at 1-7. And in this draw, the other games going on, we're on Sheet A with USA taking on Japan. Sheet B, Switzerland takes on Russia in a pivotal matchup. Canada, looking to rebound, takes on Finland on Sheet C. And on Sheet D, Denmark takes on Italy. Should be another packed house for another round robin draw in the Credit Union I-Plex. Swift Current, the second time they've hosted these championship. We get closer and closer to determining who will be in that playoff picture. And as I said, Hans Frauenlob joins me now, and it's an important game. USA playing for their playoff lives right now. Japan controls their destiny.
That's right, Luke. USA fighting for their playoff lives. And this one is the classic battle of youth versus experience. Satsuki Fujisawa and her Japanese team are on a bit of a roll. They're at 6-2. They've had some enormously impressive games, and Erica Brown and her American team, huge amount of experience. Started this one slowly, but they're on a bit of a roll of their own now, stringing together some wins. They're on 4-4, so it should be a good one tonight. Japan will have the hammer in the first end. So wherever you're joining us around the world tonight, whether you're in the States or anywhere else on the planet, we're glad you're with us. It should be a beauty. We've had some fantastic games today. I'm sure tonight will be no different.
And it will be a good atmosphere in the building here for this one. Of course, it's been a while, a few years since was a U.S. team in the playoffs. It was Erica Brown in 2013 making the playoffs, but finishing 4th that year. Japan, 2008. And Mo Meguro, in her Japanese rank, made it into the playoff round, losing the bronze medal game after getting to the semifinal. So they're in a position to do just that, have a tough finish to their schedule, but they can all but eliminate Team USA with a win over them this evening.
Yes, this young Japanese team, we've seen a lot of them this week, and they're winning a lot of fans. They're enthusiastic. They obviously love playing the game. Here we see the stone colors. USA will play the red stones. Japan will have the yellow stones here on sheet A.
I think the player introductions showed just how much fun they have out there. We've done a few games, so they get to know the camera guy having some fun when they are on camera and when they're not.
Good. Take a look.
Yeah, they enjoy themselves all the time, but it's not a party team by any means. When they're all business when the game starts, and we think you're going to like them. They're fearless.
All the way in. Another girl.
USA starts conservatively, throwing the stone into the rings here in the first end. Here's Yurika Yoshida. Japanese lead. Right on the nose. Erica Brown, the American skip.
Nose is fine, 10.
An amazing amount of international experience. She's actually appeared in 3 Winter Olympics. The first Winter Olympics that she appeared in was when the curling was actually a demonstration sport in 1988. And she's also appeared in the 2014 Sochi Olympics. So that's quite incredible. 26 years from her first Olympics appearance to her latest one.
In the Olympic Winter Games, just about 5 hours west of Swift Current in Calgary, Alberta, Canada.
Curling, of course, became a full medal sport on the Olympic program in the Nagano, Japan Olympics in 1998. Yumi Suzuki getting a lot of cheerleading from her teammates, cornering that top one, so there's an overlap there now. Good chance for the Americans if they can tuck one in behind. Here's Nicole Jornstad.
I think you gotta go. 5. Line's good. 5. Line's good. Close. 7. Close. Whoa. Al, you can go if you can. Whoa. Line's great. You can finish. Whoa. Can't finish it.
These stones will finish.
Good work.
Goes right to the side of the Ford logo, that overlap of the guards, the problem. And that's why you're going to see Japan try to clear the front.
The way those stones are angled, that yellow stone, reasonable chance that it might spring onto the rings. There's Yumi Suzuki. Wanted to spring, rolls a little bit, half exposes the shot rock. Still a useful stone there for Team USA.
Let's look at the rules of play. 6 ends minimum, 38 minutes of thinking time, and 1 60-second timeout.
Just 5. Looks like a lot. Sliding. Sliding. Where is it? Not sliding. It's a 4. Yep. Yep. 4. Yep. Little bump. Well. Whoa.
Just over curling. Wanted to tuck around, but
Sorry, Nick.
serves as a center guard.
14-5. I knew I had to go. That's fine.
So Japan with the hammer, with the US lying one. Gonna try and rearrange those center guards and maybe push their own stone into the house. Well, straight back, picks it off.
They've been making these all week long. Leave some guards, though.
Problem for the Americans is that they all belong to Japan, but yes, there's guards there.
I say maybe they hit the stone after it was rolling over.
Yes, clearly.
See the left foot of Yoshida.
Looks like we may have slightly repositioned it. Allison Pottinger, U.S. third.
She's relatively new to the Worlds.
Yeah, she's only been here, what, 12 times? Number 13 now.
Trying to just pinball off the back, and we'll roll off to the side.
Good try, guys.
And now to the rings.
Yes, the Pottinger family, a regular name at Worlds. Not only Allison, but her husband Doug has also represented Team USA.
Yeah, between the two last names on this back end for Team USA, they've had a, I think there's just a standard of a USA jacket with Pottinger and Brown on it.
Yes.
Between Erica, her brother Craig, and father Steve.
Tsunami Yoshida. Plenty of room. Sweeping for the finish now. Pretty good weight. Wow, look at that berry.
I should probably maybe even out the other side of that one a bit on the wide side.
It's all the way behind the guard, and it does
behind the tee line.
just pop out. So Japan lies one. USA going to try and follow it down. Here's Allison Pottinger.
Close. Where's the weight? That's okay. Whoa, whoa. Yeah. Yeah. Whoa, room. Yes. 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 Come on, you got it. You got it. You gotta go. Gotta go. Gotta go. Keep going. Go.
Big
Go, go, go.
sweep,
Right
get
to it,
by.
right to it.
Wow.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Look
Great.
at that sweep by Natalie
Great shot.
Nicholson to
Great
get
breath.
past the guard.
Yeah, she saved that one. Great sweep there by Natalie Nicholson.
Great sweep. Good job.
You see just about every team here
Nice shot.
using the new sweeping theory for 2016, the directional sweeping. Sweeping one side of the rock only. Here's Tsunami Yoshida. Now it's moving. They've really busted a couple down this path. Looks like they're on the front. Will that backstone
Catch
jam?
the back one and roll it in. That is an interesting way of the split.
Well, a little bonus there for the Japanese and a bit of danger now for the Americans. Those Japanese stones are really accumulating around the edge of the
Well,
rings.
if we're on this side of it, they can't really. Yeah.
A little chuckle from the
Not
Japanese
over
side as they
Not even that
catch
far.
that back one.
So there we see
Whose turn
Japan's got the hammer.
I like this turn.
USA is lying
9.5.
one.
Sounds good.
So the veteran Erica Brown saying, well, better eliminate one of these things, otherwise we could be dropping a 3 or a 4, and they sure don't want to start the game that way. There we see on our overhead, lots of house to roll to. They could roll right into the 4-foot.
Throw 9.5. Roll. We got to roll at least a foot, maybe more.
So she doesn't want to roll in front of her own, but she wants to roll far enough into the house to count out a couple of these Japanese stones. At least the one on the outside 12-foot.
Easy. 9 out. Close. Yeah. Whoa, whoa. Net. You got to go, Net. Hard. Yep. Hard.
Well, here, get a little bit of curl. Hit, roll to the center.
Whoa.
Sits in front of her own.
Good work. Nice job. Thanks.
I think you got it just in an okay spot there, hey? It's close.
Yeah, it's a good spot.
Well, trying to size it up, how to play that double. Go straight back, over the top.
Well, if she goes over the top, it probably jams on the outside one. If she comes straight back, it's jamming on the back one. So not great options here.
Can you go straight back, get away with it, and sit there to bring that biter into play?
Well, you'd like to save it, but really it's the first end. If she can get herself in a position to score 2, I think she'd be pretty happy. So she doesn't mind losing one of these yellow stones as long as she doesn't lose both of them. Looks like we are trying to go across the top.
Well, the double jam.
Yeah, disaster for Japan. That was the risk.
Was it worth it, the risk? Was it necessary?
I don't know if it was necessary. You certainly had to move one of those stones. So don't mind them playing the hit, but there was always a jam here. Problem for Japan, it was a double jam.
Yeah, you don't mind one jam on that, especially when you're playing the rollout double.
That's why I probably would have preferred the straight back. Of course, you always sound wiser after the shot, but
I think a 5.
good news for Japan is the stones are behind the tee line and
Slower this
4
way.
foot's
Okay.
available. But, yep, big turnaround
I
there.
think an 80.
See 1 US stone, back of 4. Other one's out there on the 12. Here's Erica Brown. Just going to try and block a path.
Line's good, girls.
Where is
There's
it?
room.
Whoa, then. Whoa, whoa.
Whoa,
Just a 5.
6.
Watch it.
Whoa, let it work.
Easy.
Just want to sit in front of this one.
Okay, even above it's okay.
Whoa.
Yep,
Whoa.
yep. Whoa, that's great right there. Atta girl.
Nice stone there from Erica Brown. USA lies 3, so
Nice shot,
Japan
Erica.
had something going here, but all of a sudden, this is one of the deceptively easy looking shot, but it's a high risk one. So it's a no risk steal situation here for the States. Early test for this young Japanese skip. Needs a piece of the 4 foot to count her point.
Well, final stone of this first end, Satsuki Fujisawa. Put this one in the 4 foot.
Great sweep there by Suzuki.
Look at that, judge, right to the 4 foot to touch the button. And it is a single point for Japan in that first end. Wow, just put her head down, went for a bit. Enough to guide it right in there. 1-0, Japan leads after an end.
結構スイーピングイメージだね。2だったから。おお、やっぱこっちはね、こうなってるから曲がりやすい。ね。
Oh, welcome back inside the Credit Union Iplex. Lots of things to do and see. The curling club just across the lobby. And we are in the home of the Western Hockey League junior hockey players, the Swift Current Broncos, who are done their season, giving way to curling. So the curlers await the go-ahead to begin the second end. Great draw by Fujisawa, able to get the one. But U.S. a good start to this game and coming in. They have a 4-4 record. Japan at 6-2. USA has to win.
Yeah, so in some respects, you'd think there's pressure on the Americans, but really there's no pressure on the Americans in the sense that they can just play and go for it. So they're doing that, and good job by the Americans in the first end, even though Fujisawa made the great draw. It was against 3, so it was a good force for the Americans. They controlled the end. Now they get the hammer.
That one comes down into the rings. Let's take a look. Switzerland, Russia. Look at those records. Swiss on 1 loss. Russia with 3. Anna Sidorova looking to use the hammer and score 1. Facing those red counters.
Yeah, she's looking at 3 of them. This game has got big playoff implications for both teams.
All the way, guys. Come on.
And right into the forefoot for Anna Sidorova, so she saves her 1. Got a force there for the Swiss.
Well, just looking with Russia in 5th place as we come into this draw. With a Swiss win, they can lock up a playoff spot.
Yep, we're getting to the business end of this 11-game round robin. Top 4 will make it. At the beginning of the week, we thought teams on 4 losses might be in the hunt for at least a tie-break opportunity, but the way this is panning out, we're thinking now need 8 and 3 to be safe, at least to have a guaranteed tie-break, but teams can't think about that now. They just have to focus on what they're working on tonight.
Well, first 2 into the rings for Japan.
But there have been some upsets today, so 4 losses could still get you in, so the Americans are still in this thing.
They have to do their part first, which will also bring one team back to them.
That's right.
We'll still need some help, even if they win out. Right on the nose for Nicholson. Let's look over now.
Another game with playoff implications. Canada 6-2 had a shock loss to Korea this afternoon. So Chelsea Carey and her Canadian team looking to bounce back against Finland.
Didn't have a whole lot of time between games. They really had a loss they had no business losing. Up 3 with 2 ends to play. Didn't play a very good 10th game. And line 2, this was a shot for 3. But it's not going to get past. It's going to be all over that front one. And just 2 for Canada, so they leave a point out there. Still 2-0.
Yeah, but they're going to be asking themselves questions about what's going on, that's for sure, but they've got their nose in front. Meanwhile, back in our feature game, Yellowstone belongs to Japan.
Erica Brown standing over a couple of stones in the rings. They're going to throw the corner guard out in front.
USA with last rock here on the second.
It's like it's gliding. Yep.
Looking for the corner guard, but this one looks like it's sliding into the house, so they're going to bring it back to the tee line and get some separation. Take away any chance of a double takeout.
Trying to roll it inside. Right now we'll see the U.S. try and stay patient, just trade shots back and forth in a position.
ね、こっちはもうちょっと待っても大丈夫。
They get a little mistake from Japan and they can get their deuce. They have that one frozen on top. And Swisshelm, the Team USA coach. Looks like eyes on a different sheet at the moment, but they normally are looking all around, seeing what stones are being thrown.
Yep. Yes, Al, hurry, gotta go.
In addition to being an excellent coach and also has competed with distinction as an athlete.
Two-time Olympian,
Yes.
a world champion in 2003.
There's a nice inside roll. Let's see if they've got them tucked behind the guards. And there's the Japanese coach, J.D. Lind. And he's done a very nice job with this young Japanese team. Marimoto Hashi, Japanese alternate player beside J.D.
普通に打てそうだよ。打てそう？うん。11で。
Shinami Yoshida.
ちょっとダウン。12近いよ。2を。スライド。2。ゆりか。ゆりか。
Playing it quiet to try and just tap this one back a little bit.
やっおお。あ、ナイス。
Get to it with ease.
Yeah, it's definitely a hallmark of this Japanese team. They play that down weight, bump weight, and really excel at managing the path of the stone well with sweeping. So now Japan lies 2.
Will they get a bit of drag if they hit this on the center line side?
They may do. It looks like they're quite welded close together, so there is the chance of some drag effect. Which means that yellow stone might come
Close, clean.
more in a straight back direction than the angle that it's resting on.
Nick a little. Nick a little. Nick hard, Nick hard, Nick hard, Nick.
Well, not enough drag to catch that one.
So 2 red American stones in the front of the rings.
3分の1。
Looks like Fujisawa would like to play a double takeout here. Try to remove both American stones. Big weight.
Well, using the sweeping, trying to direct this one, make the double.
Gonna freeze on her own.
Leaves the double right back if the U.S. wants to play it.
That stone is just behind the tee line, so Erica Brown's considering a freeze.
10.
Well, quicker than we can keep along as it slides right by.
That one was humming.
Whoa, whoa, close.
Allison Pottinger trying to do the same.
Close,
She's looking for a double takeout, but this one might be over curling.
Oh, is the double or the nose hit rolling off?
So America lies 1, but it's open for Japan. Great crowd tonight here in Swift Current, Saskatchewan. Really the curling heartland. Fans here love their curling and really supportive to all the teams, not just their hometown Canadian team, but all the curlers. And I know, speaking to the curlers, they really appreciate it. Looking for some curl, rolls it away.
Good separation of those two.
Once again, a good example there of how the Japanese manage the curl well with that down weight, sweeping actually for it to curl more. Usually in sweeping, you think you have it sweeping just to keep it on a straighter line, but by sweeping the high side of the rock as the Japanese do, you can actually get it to curl a little bit more.
9.5 to take roll to the other 4 foot.
Japan line 2. Erica Brown and her American teammates have got last rock.
Whoa, hang on. Clean. Close. Close, Nick. Matt. No. Close. Yep, Nick. Yep. 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 Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa.
There's the hit in the inside roll. Will she stick around?
That's the right amount.
Yoshida sweeping it deep.
That's my fault. I thought that was good.
Stays just on the rings though. But they would have loved that to stay in shot position.
Sorry. Close. Yep, Nick. Yep. 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 Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa.
Well, it was a little misjudged. You could have tried to use the sweep and get a little bit of
That's
curl.
my fault. I thought that was good.
You heard Allison saying it's my fault. Just misread it a little bit. Thought it was going to come up, make that hit and stick.
深くなっちゃうとダメだもんね。そうだね。だったら、
So a chance for the force here for the Japanese if they can throw another one into the house and split the house and make the Americans look at 2. There you get a look at that great crowd here in Swift Current. Home of the Swift Current Broncos,
ノースイープだもんね。
junior hockey team.
あー、秒ぐらいでいいかな。
7がベストだ。
7だね。あの黄色と平行で。
Satsuki Fujisawa.
ちょっとないわ。
ウェイト見てね。ないよ、ちょっとない。5。スイープで5。スイープで5まで持ってきて。
タイムキープして。
Last Japanese stone of this end.
4。最後まで。
やっやっやっやっやっ。
最後まで。ゆりかだけ。
ゆりかだけでゆりか
ゆりかだけ。入りはするわ。ゆりかだけ。
They'd like to bring this just to the T line, just past the T line, and take away any chance of a double.
ゆり頑張って。ゆり頑張って。よっよっよっよっよっよっよっよっよっ。
あー、ナイス。あー、ごめん。
So not quite as deep as they would have liked, but that's a pretty flat crosshouse double. So I think the Americans will be content to just try and score their one.
Throw a draw. Outturn draw.
Erica Brown confirms that she's going to play the outturn draw.
Well, we saw a draw made by the Japanese side in the first.
Same. Then it's practice.
Score a single.
Okay.
Erica Brown now will have to do the
Okay.
same in the second end.
We'll get some split times between the hog lines.
Line's really nice.
Probably want to look for something
Same
like
path as the
14 and a half seconds.
Easy, easy
But
here.
T-line weight.
Easy. You're still out here a little bit. Whoa, let it work. It's not working.
Whoa.
And here it comes. The line's getting nice. Starting to slide
Time should be
sideways
pretty
a little
close to right on the T line.
Geez, you think I called it?
bit. Atta girl, Erica. Very nice.
Seen a couple stones this week.
One
We
ready?
have. Nice stone there by Erica Brown, and it's one for the USA.
Just well placed. Both skips able to make the shot, score their one, and that's where we stand. All knotted up at 1 as we're through 2 ends of play
Good work.
in Swift
Sorry, I
Current.
missed Erica's roll. I thought that was good. It's okay. It was fine. We're just kind of like,
結構伸びる。なんかちょっとあったかいもんね。熱い。こっちすっごい熱い。
I can overcook it.
2人の目にしては思ったほど効かないんだよね。ストレート低いよね。ね、そう。ペグもさ、あんま硬くない。
Well, look at the far house, the away end, as we play in the odd ends, going away from us. Here, 1-1 is the score. 2016 Ford World Women's Curling Championship. You're watching live coverage. USA-Japan. Japan has the hammer as we play the third. Natalie Nicholson get us going in end 3.
Line's good. Line's good.
So both teams succeeding in forcing the other to take one.
14-1. All
In
the
the
way.
first two
Yep.
ends?
Keep it pumping. Come on. Yep. Come on. Good job. 14-1-5. 14-1-5.
こっちちょっと曲がる方だから。11ちょっとあるぐらいかな。ちょっとあるわ。いいよ、ライはいいよ。
Well, let's follow along right at ice level with the sweepers.
いいよ、曲がっておいた。クリアしてほしいな。ウェイトも良さそう。クリア
Putting that guard out in front.
ちょうどさっちゃんとこがそれぐらい。
Definitely much easier to follow than one of their hits that they're throwing in the last end.
Absolutely. Nice corner guard there.
Yep.
So Team Japan letting their intentions be known. They're going on offense.
Line's nice. Just a 3.
Coming
No,
down.
no. I think
Just a 3.
Where is it? No, no. Line's good.
Just a 3. 2, 3, 2.5.
Little bit. Yep. Yep. Allison. Yep. Yep. Not in. Not in. If you can. If you can. Whoa. Whoa.
We heard Erica
Good
Brown
shot,
saying,
Ernest.
not in, not in. She wanted that stone to stay in the free guard zone area. First 4 stones of the end if they're in front of the rings.
7ぐらいか。うん、あっていいと思う。
They can't be removed from play. You can remove your own stone, but you can't remove your opponent's stone.
遅いね。やー。遅いわ。やー。バックラインしか。スイープバックライン。スイープバックライン。ちょっとしか押せないよ。
Yurika Yoshida. She'd love to get around this front one. She's by.
Well, as that one comes to rest, look in Switzerland, Russia. Binya Felcher in Switzerland placing a log jam of stones right around the forefoot. Anna Sidorova was able to get another one in there,
Yeah. Go ahead. Hack.
really closing in the forefoot.
Well, we saw the Swiss have to make a big comeback this afternoon to get by Scotland, but
Yep.
Binya Felcher jams, and so she's in the same situation this evening, falling behind 2-0 to Anna Sidorova and her Russian team.
Came back from 5-1 down to knock off Eve Muirhead, who looked like she was rolling, and
Yep. Go, Allison. Go. Go.
asked
go,
Russia.
go,
She
go,
was
go.
rolling this morning. A 7-1 win.
Good job.
Nice control weight hit by the Americans, moves that Japanese stone out, and there we can see those 3 American shots.
If I see it not being
2 of them in the rings.
say something.
So Japan started the end by throwing that corner guard, but now they have to deal with this trio of American stones. So Yumi Suzuki in the first end make a double takeout. Just peels the front.
Kind of tough just getting rid of one at this stage, already sort of in a chase position.
Yeah, I think she would have liked to remove a couple of those stones. So again, a good chance here for the Americans to generate
Yeah.
a force and a possible steal. By the force, we mean when you force your opponent to take only 1 point with last rock. It's like a small victory for the team without the hammer.
Where is it?
Little less than Natalie.
Line's
Basic
pretty
strategy
good.
in curling if you're new
Line's
to it.
pretty good.
When
2
you've got
minutes.
last rock,
I need a little from Nat.
looking to score
Little
2.
bit. No. Yep. Whoa. Whoa.
When you don't have last
Whoa.
rock,
Little. Whoa. Whoa.
trying
No.
to hold your opponent to 1.
Shot.
Puts it right back in the same place. Nice stop. Virtually identical spot, really.
Nice shot.
So now Yumi Suzuki's going to have another crack at it.
こっち。どれ？
She'd like to clip that stone on the 4-foot going by. She's going to play at the front rock.
Oh, just about gets all three.
Almost a triple. Sits right in front of that American stone, however, so there's some protection here for the Americans. And there's Yumi Suzuki. 1, 2, and almost 3. Just goes by that stone in the 4-foot. So there we can see Erica Brown.
You gotta take that away.
Okay. Well, do you want to just go over here? What if we just put one right here? We don't have the hammer or something. Put the force on.
Allison Pottinger from the other end giving Erica a different option. Think
We will
about
run it back.
if we put it there, maybe we can just guarantee a force.
Okay, let's do that.
So Erica Brown says that sounds like a good idea to me.
You
7.
heard the comment, though. They'll just play the run back.
You want a guard?
Well, based on what we've seen from this Japanese team, they certainly wouldn't be afraid to play it.
I think we like the guard, Erica. I'm sorry.
Allison Pottinger has third's prerogative of changing her mind, and now she likes the guard a bit better, so they're going to come and have a chat. Let's listen.
He doesn't love the idea of leaving them the run back again for like a second time.
Do you want to come in? Do you think you can get in? I think if you don't
I think that's hard to get in.
I think they can play that though, not that hard with those berms they got going
Yeah,
on.
exactly.
So-
So you want me to just?
I mean, I think you could try and
It's just going to
straight
chip us
enough.
open, though, isn't it?
If you can draw in there, you could play the in turn draw, maybe, or the out turn draw. Maybe you should just play the out turn draw. Okay.
Out-turn draw, choke off, sort of come top part of the house, take away that corner guard use.
Be interesting to see which out turn she's talking about, whether it's the corner guard or just right around the pile. It looks like it's the latter.
5.
Probably just trying to tuck it around that yellow stone in front of their shot rock. Wouldn't mind if it goes to the back of the house either.
5, guys, just a 5.
5 in the weight communication system means that the sweepers think it's probably about top 4-foot.
All the way down.
Where is it? Yes. Close. Yes. Whoa. Nick, you can go. Oh.
They don't want to bounce. Get
Okay,
a
nice
small
shot.
one.
Just a little, not terrible amount of bounce.
Good shot, Allison.
I don't even think that rock had come to rest in the U.S. clear before the broom went down to play the run back.
Yeah, that it bumped it a little bit.
Chinami Yoshida.
Oh yeah, I was going to mention something.
Well, close again, over the top, make the double.
Spills the American stone back to the edge of the 12-foot, not quite out of the rings. But once again, as we said, this Japanese team not afraid to play the run back shot.
But they're so close on every single one of these. They use the sweeping, and there. Didn't quite throw it hard enough to get that one out.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they're trying to take that one straight back. I think it overcurled more than they were looking for. So a chance here for Allison Pottinger to hit and maybe roll in behind that yellow stone.
Yes! Yes, Natalie! Yes! Hard! Really hard! Yep! No roll.
Again, well swept by Nicholson by the guard and rolls behind the corner, and America lies 2.
She's had a few big sweeps throughout this game. As that one sits in behind to lie 2. Jump over Canada, Finland. Canada 6 and 2, trying to keep pace with those leaders.
There's Una Costa with her last one. She's looking at 2.
Well, it's been a struggle this week for Finland. I think they may have had a bit higher expectations than this. And the hit, and will roll out, the second shot being Canada. It's a single point stolen and a 3-0 lead.
Wow. Back in our feature sheet, Japan threads the needle, double takeout. Unbelievable shot.
And almost a complete roll behind cover.
Perfect. Big smile from Chinami Yoshido, and
Let's
you're
look
about
at
to
this
see
one.
why. Look at this. Kills both American stones and rolls in behind. Great shot from Yoshida. Look at that, perfectly guarded.
Just cross it, right?
Yeah, I said partially guarded. That completely guarded.
Yeah.
I'll throw a 9 up.
So you want me to just?
We said this Japanese team plays fearlessly, and that was a pretty fearless shot right through the port.
Intern. I was gonna throw an intern.
Okay.
So quickly as that, the Americans looked like they had it set up pretty good for a force, and now Erica Brown's going to have to play a run back to avoid giving the Japanese a shot at 2.
So Erica Brown's turn to play this run back. Try and slash it back, have enough, punch that one out. See if Pottinger can get that one out of the rings.
Well, it's spinning, so it's going to carry, but I think it's just going to hang on.
Just hangs around, so not quite enough to get it out.
Good call.
And that puts the deuce on. As a good opportunity now for Japan to lie 2.
Attempted run back by Erica Brown. Nicole Jornstan sweeping it coast to coast. They wanted it just about on the nose, but they just clip it. Pottinger doing everything that she can to sweep this out of the house, but it just comes to rest, biting the 12-foot. So now Satsuki Fujisawa, she'll play an out-turn draw. She'll try to hide behind that red center guard. Get an interval time on this one as well between the hog lines. Again, probably looking somewhere in the 14.5-second range. Suzuki's really working this one, though. I think they're worried about both the weight and the line.
Well, definitely the weight with that time, hog to hog.
Wow, what a sweep by Yumi Suzuki.
To get a biter. 15.5 seconds. We've seen that be a halfway guard.
Yumi Suzuki, tiny but power packed. What an awesome sweep.
Tempting to maybe think about trying to draw around if you're the USA now with those 2 biters.
Well, it is tempting, but boy, if you don't make it, you run up the risk of a 3.
Fight the back center behind that yellow one.
There is an inside roll here now. That one is just biting the top 12, so
9.5.
Erica Brown saying we can roll it behind those center guards. And there we see those 2 Japanese stones just clinging to the edge of the rings.
Clean, close, Nick, all the way hard, Nick. Hard, all the way hard.
Well, they want to try and get the roll.
Looks like nose. Actually rolls out, so free draw for 2 here for Japan. Hopefully
Sorry,
Yumi
guys.
Suzuki's had a chance to go and
Oh, full.
take some oxygen or something after that last sweep.
I'm going to throw a little different path just because of where their other stone is, not wanting to go too wide.
This is a good call. There's a red stone at the back they can use for backing as well, so. I think Satsuki saying to Yumi, are you okay? And Yumi's going, yep, ready, skipper. Needs a piece of the paint for Japan to score 2.
Well, Suzuki back in her office again, sweeping this one. Just clears that center line guard and in to score 2 for Japan. All set up by
Guess who?
Shinami Yoshida. The great double and roll leads to the 2 and a 2-point lead for Japan. Well, the first deuce of the game, and it comes to Team Japan. A great double and roll sets it all up. Shinami Yoshida, they use their weapon at the 3rd position.
Well, we've said throughout the week that this Japanese team has done a very tidy job with the hammer, generating deuces, a very high percentage rate. There we see Yurika Yoshida playing at 85%. In terms of shooting percentages, this Japanese team is near the top of the table at every position. Looks like the Americans now are going to throw the corner guard. Here's Natalie Nicholson.
2.5. You're in a new path, Nick. I know she says 2.5. Path.
Also having a solid tournament in terms of shooting percentage at 86.
Keep going, Nick. You're doing good. Keep coming. Keep coming. You're doing good. Keep going. A little more.
Words
Good
of
work.
encouragement from
Good job.
Erica Brown for Nicole Jornstead, sweeping this stone close to the house.
Very nice. Good job.
Well, the corner guard in a position they can use. Really seeing a lot of success with teams being able to put that corner guard basically on those Ford logos out in front. It can be tapped up, can be run back.
Yes, head ice technician Jamie Barraza has done his customary awesome job in ice preparation. Lots of curl available to the players in either direction. The stones really finish, and we've talked about the impact of sweeping as well, so lots of ways to bury a stone, even tight to the rings. We mentioned Allison Pottinger,
10.
her husband Doug, having World Championship appearances. Well,
Yep.
Erica Brown's husband Ian Tetley, 3-time world champion. I know Ian's watching back in the East.
Yes! Yes!
You had to make sure you didn't have that one on Doug. That Doug was mentioned before, Ian.
Yeah, I'd never hear the end of it.
Well, trying to move around, keep that shooter in there.
Okay.
Jams those stones, so it springs one of the Japanese stones towards that corner guard. So Japan, after scoring that deuce, possibly setting up for the force. Yumi Suzuki. Japan lies 2.
Well, a chance, though, to use the corner guard with those ones just biting onto the 12-foot. You could freeze the one behind. You can play hit and roll.
Erica
like
Brown
that?
tapping her shoulder, looking like a hit, but now Nicole Jornstan.
I don't mind that, but this is good. Yep.
I think Erica's first instinct was to play the double. Has to about a quarter to a third of that top stone.
Is it one where you could play the double, and if it overcurls, play the hit and roll?
Yeah, you've got some options
Whoa.
here.
Yep. Yep. Whoa. Whoa. Little bit, little. Whoa.
Get
There's
one,
Let it go.
and rolls up.
Nice shot. Double takeout for Nicole Jornstad. And America lies 1.
Good job.
Look at the action on the shot rock. After it hits the second stone, it rolls and squirts forward right behind that guard.
Let it go.
Great shot.
Yeah, well played. I don't mind the call. It really opens things up.
Oh, it's a great
Forces
call.
Japan to chase them.
Yep, very good call. So now Yumi Suzuki is going to be asked to play yet another run back double. Ooh, just blows by the shot.
Don't see them miss those very often because of their run back ability. I think you might split the rings at this stage.
Yep, you could go Ken Watson curling and go old school now and split the house, and it looks like that's exactly what Erica Brown is going to do.
You know this path. Gotta
Nicole,
go a little bit.
84% for the tournament.
Gotta go. Gotta go all the way now.
Natalie Nicholson working it hard. Allison Pottinger a little bit concerned about the weight.
Keep it coming. Come on. A little more. Come on. Yep. Every bit.
Erica Brown out to help sweeping.
Come on, Nat.
Well, need to make sure it's in the rings.
And they do. Great sweep.
Very nice. Great sweep, Nat.
House. If she happens to nose it.
Well, let's look back. Tsunami Yoshida. This is what set up the 2 in that third end. This is curling at its finest. Playing the quiet hit weight. Get past a guard. Come into your picture now. There's the guard. Past it. Make the double. Roll perfectly buried. And smile.
And that set up the 2, and now back to live action, and Yoshida hits and rolls almost behind that stone. So
She almost comes up with another brilliant one.
yes, Tsunami Yoshida's had a fantastic week.
This is now her first in this fourth end.
America splits the house trying to set up their 2, so Japan is trying to close it up again. Yoshida rolls into the 4-foot.
Yeah, you gotta go. Whoa. Clean. Nick. No, easy. Nat. Okay, Natalie. Nat. Whoa. Yep, get it over there.
The Americans trying to widen the house again, and they do. Nice shooting by both teams. Good control of the rolls on those hits.
I think it's going to be a lot of back and forth, it seems, in this fourth end now. See who can separate them.
Yep, the Americans want to keep their stones as far apart as possible, and the Japanese want to line them up a bit so they can try to remove them both with a double takeout. There we see Tsunami Yoshida's shooting percentage for the tournament, 90%. That's really, really good shooting. Rolling across the face of the American stone. Just stays in the rings. So America is again going to split the house.
8.
You talked about Erica's husband, Ian Tetley, world champion. Allison Pottinger, a world champion herself, playing with Deb McCormick, 2003. Their coach, Ann Swisshelm, was a member of that team as well.
Watch it. Watch it.
No, 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 no.
I'd like to get this one to the tee line and maybe just behind it.
Well, you want to be real precise with this, knowing hitability, and
Yeah, you don't want to slide
well played.
through the rings. Very
As that
good
one
shot.
comes down, let's take a look. Switzerland and Russia, 2-0 Russia leading. Steele in the second, and Binya Felcher looking at a run back now.
Yeah, the Russians have obviously come out meaning business tonight. Tough shot here for Binya Felcher.
They end up catching that top one.
So it's another steal for the Russians, and they go ahead 3-0. Taking a long look at it, but they're finally agreeing. I think they were looking more for whether it was a second point.
It was just the single point. Switzerland trying to, I don't think they were scripting it to try and do what they did earlier today, but they're going to have to claw their way back now.
Well, they were a second half team this afternoon, and they're going to have to be a second half team tonight. Here's Satsuki Fujisawa playing at 87%. Looking for a little inside roll. Roll it into the forefoot. Things setting up pretty well for the Americans. They dropped a deuce in the last end, but great chance here now to try and get that 2 back.
Now does Erica want to just roll to the right-hand side, roll in front of that yellow?
She could. She could. Doesn't want to clutter the path on her final stone, however, so I'm sure she wouldn't mind just leaving it in the open, but well away from her own stone. Erica Brown playing 80% at the tournament. Flops it over towards that Japanese stone. Nice stuff.
Very nice. Of course, Erica from born in Madison, Wisconsin, now lives in Oakville, Ontario, still playing out of the U.S.
So a tall order for here for Team Japan. How do you make it a tough 2 for the Americans? Trying to flop it in front for a jam. That's pretty good.
Yeah, forces the double to be made now, basically, in order to stick around.
Well, Erica could hit it 3/4, and even with the jam, well, they might even spring back into the 8-foot. So that's a pretty good shot there by Fujisawa. Makes this a little bit more difficult. So nose hit double to try and score 2 here for Erica
I'll throw
Brown.
a little more weight for you guys. I'm gonna just throw a 9.5. Yep.
So last stone here, the 4th end. Erica Brown, nose hit should get her 2 points.
Natalie, close! Nick, please, Nick, yes, Nick, yes!
Can't flop to the outside.
Very nice.
Great shot.
Asked very nicely, said, please, Nick.
Good job.
Able to make the 2.
Always good to be courteous, and the courteous pays off, and America
Somebody sweet.
brings
Good
it
call.
level,
Good call.
3-3 after 4.
Good job, guys.
I don't know who you want on is the problem.
Good job. Nice job. Way to rebound and get the deuce there. Nice junior deuce. It's just hard to guard, and they were playing those runs. So if you throw it tight, then they're going to run it.
Yeah,
So,
totally fine.
yeah, great job.
Welcome back to the iPlex, the Ford World Women's Curling Championship 2016. All even at 3 after 4 ends of play. Nice deuce there for Erica Brown and her USA teammates. So now it's Japan with the hammer. So interesting choice now for the Americans, whether they're electing the guard or whether they want to throw this in the rings.
14-8.
Pottinger
You
working
just
it
got a
hard.
3 or you in?
They do want it in the rings, and it's there.
I'm
Just.
sorry, I had to pull the trigger sooner. Erica.いいよ。うん、16。ウェイトいいよ、2半。いいよ、払いもいいよ。2、ちょっと入ってもいいわ。ちょっと曲がってないよ。いいよ、良くなった。2半。おお。
Corner guard Japan.
16.2。
Let's look over Canada and Finland. And Canada lying to Unakausta, looking to try and blank the end. Hasn't been really able to get anything set up against the Canadian side, who lost to Korea earlier today.
Wider track
She
now,
jams that one, and yet
Wider
another
track.
steal. So Canada comfortably in front.
Room.
4-zip.
Room yet. Line's great. Nick. Yep. Weight in for weight. You're right. Yep. All the way. All the way. Far as you can. Far as you can. Get it in there. Get it in there. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Good rushing.
Because that first American stone bit the rings, it's not in the free guard zone, so the Japanese can hit it if they want. Of course, now we're in the final 4th stone of the free guard zone part of the end. So Yorika Yoshida will be asked to rearrange these stones. This one might jam, but there could be a good roll here. Rocks spinning everywhere. Japanese stone does hang on the outside of the 12-foot.
Seeing a lot of this play by the team with the hammer. They're trying to just open up that 4-foot, get play behind the corner, and leave the one corner guard in play.
Yeah, we've been impressed with this Japanese team. They play make the good percentage plays, but certainly not conservative. They
Yeah.
really go for it with the hammer.
Yes! Hard neck. Whoa! Yep, yep, yes! Hard, 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 hard. Whoa.
Looking for the inside roll. Gets a little inside roll. Not behind the guard, but America lies 2.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? Very nice.
Great shot there. That's what Yumi Suzuki sees from the hack.
9後半ちょっとだラインよラインよラインから近いよチナチナチナプップッウォーウォープッヤッウォーウォー
Japan now looking for the roll.
Ah, nice corner. Nice corner.
Good execution there from the Japanese. They lie 1,
Okay.
and at least
Yep.
partially protected by that corner guard.
Hack's okay.
They've got the hammer.
Yeah, that thing's far from the rings. It's okay.
There we can see.
Yeah, definitely it looks like some space to get at that one.
It's half buried though, so there's no inside roll available for USA.
Hack, just hack. Close, yep. Close. Yep, yes.
Well, this one's really moving.
Bang. Gotta go, yep.
Mount Nicholson.
Yes.
I think they might be on the guard.
Hard, hard, Allison. Hard, Allison. Yeah, sliding. Okay. Okay.
So trying to come to the Japanese shot rock, but Rex on the guard, leaving 2 guards in front of the house now for Japan. This one is also really curling. Have they saved it? It might
Yeah,
be
I gotta-
over curling. Oh, they just hold it. Japan lies 2.
So
Updating Denmark, Italy. These teams are out of playoff contention, but playing for very valuable Olympic qualifying points. And here's Danish skip Lenny Nielsen.
Had that one behind the guard. Now as a draw to lie 2. They sort of changed up their lineup after the first game and have stuck with it since with their alternate Madeline DuPont, as you see on the left, sweeping, playing the 3rd position.
Elena
Right.
nails it. 2 points for Denmark, and they take the lead at the break, 4-3. Hit and roll attempt by the Americans. Tried to roll behind the center guard, but it's popped out into the open. So wide open on the outturn side for Japan. Chinami Yoshida. Looking for a little inside roll, but it just pops out the other side of that center guard. Back and forth.
So, few ends now just trading shots back and forth. Teams with the hammer able to set up their opportunity at 2. We look in at Switzerland, finally with an opportunity to get their 2. Pressure put on by Russia throughout. And Binya Felcher, her final shot. So Felcher makes the hit, sticks, gets her 2. They're on the board, down 1 after 4. So starting the comeback a little earlier in this one.
I think somebody's going to have to write a little note to Swiss coach Al Moore and say that the game starts in the first end.
He's right below us. We could go do that.
I'll drop Al a note.
Meanwhile, U.S. trying to get that roll behind cover. And it just sits back button.
Outside roll this time, trying to take it behind that wide corner guard. Sweeping it right over. Maybe hiding a corner, and Japan lies 2. And here's an interesting call by Erica Brown.
No, center line.
Got it.
They've got that center guard, and Erica Brown says, I'm going to use it. She's going to try and draw her own stone behind that center guard into that blue 4-foot area.
Yeah.
Playing for the steal, but obviously the risk here is if she doesn't execute well, Japan does, she could.
Is she playing that, or is she hitting off the wide stone,
Well,
trying to roll in? I think I heard 9.5.
okay, 9.5, then it is the hit. Okay. Draw would have been a very brave call.
I was thinking, I don't know if it's necessary at this stage.
No,
but
definitely not. So it is the intern hit.
Clean. Close.
Yep.
Whoa. Whoa.
Close. Yes. Yes. Hurry.
Looking for the roll. They've got the roll.
Whoa. Whoa.
Great looking roll. Super
fantastic.
shot.
Rolls to the 4-foot.
That is a beauty.
Good job, you guys.
Is that a case knowing that if they cut it real thin, they could roll all the long way across? They could make that perfect roll.
I'm pretty sure that Erica, throwing that kind of weight, was really just looking for that center line.
Whoa.
And that worked great.
Nice little spin at the back.
Yeah, bonus.
11半ぐらい。そうだね。11半ぐらいだね。
But we've watched this Japanese team work magic around these guards. So even though it looks buried, even if the Japanese can see, yes, here we see Yoshida saying, okay, we'll play around it, but if we do wick the front, we can roll behind the corner guard ourselves for third and fourth, or second and third shot. But they are trying to get by the center guard, trying to make a play on the shot rock. Yoshida jumps it immediately. Now they like the line. Now they're sweeping for curl. They get a piece, but not enough to push it out of the ring, so a little bit of a sweep misread there.
Yeah, they tried to hold it early and then get the late movement. Obviously, it got by with a little bit of room. And U.S. now with the advantage.
Yeah, great chance here for the U.S. to go for the force. You can see the late sweep here from Suzuki, trying to get that stone to curl, but it was well by the guard. Quite a lot of clearance. They get a piece, but they needed at least another half an inch of contact. So now Erica Brown will throw the outturn draw around the center guard.
I threw this shot too.
You did.
Nick, you like coming under though? My first instinct is they would say. Is this ours?
Erica Brown just conferring with her teammates to make sure that everybody's happy with the call. Good chance here for the Americans to put the heat on before the fifth end break.
Well, weren't sure draw under or draw the other side.
Line's good.
You'll be a little cautious to make sure you don't bring the guard into play and touch it.
I got a lot of room. I still got a lot of room. I got a lot of room, Nick, if you can.
Yeah, they're well by the guard.
Gotta get 8 foot.
If we can, if we can get Nick in there,
Come
it'd
on.
be great.
Go,
If
Nick.
we can get Nick in there, it'd be great. Come on, Nick, I need more, I need more, I need more. Come on, we need a little more.
Well, got to bury a bit so you don't leave the double.
It finishes hard. Hasn't finished enough though. America lies too. The big question
Great
is,
sweep, guys.
how much of that
Got
shot
just
stone
enough.
can they see?
Good gravy, woman. Nice work. Good job.
Hard sweeping effort here. And they did manage to bury a corner, so that late sweeping by Nicole Jorensten looks to have taken away the risk of dropping 2.
So the intern draw to the 4-foot now for a single point. I say it like it's just an automatic.
Routine shot, just drill the lid, yeah, but not an easy shot. Drawing against 2.
So final stone here. Satsuki Fujisawa. Intern draw.
ちょっとまっすぐだわ。ちょっとありそうだよ、ありそうだよ。おおお。
Little extension push there. I'm wondering if this one might be a little warm. Sweepers aren't laying a brush to it yet. Now they take it. Cool as you like. Back of the button, and Japan scores 1.
Just like that, and we have a 4-3 game. Japan gets the 1. The U.S. will have the hammer after the 5th end break. Here you're watching live coverage of the 2016 Ford World Women's Curling Championship. Well, look back. The first half of this game, the 3rd end. And after a great shot, Chinami Yoshida makes a double and roll. Trade some shots and a draw anywhere in the rings. Score 2 for Japan, and just like that, with that biter in the top, 2 for Japan. 4th end, similar. A great double made by this time the 2nd for Team USA. Nicole Jornstad sets up the double on Erica Brown's last. Score 2 right back. Ties things up. 5th end, and it was a tough first shot by Fujisawa. Allowed the U.S. to lie 2. Fujisawa put it in the forefoot to get a single point and the 1-point lead. Just guiding this one in, back button, 1 point, and a Japan lead through the 5th end, through 5 ends of this game. Keep you up to date, everything going on. Canada, Finland. Canada lies 1, that's Redstone, top of the 8-foot. Una Kausta needs to get to the 8-foot in order to pick up the single point and get on the board in this one. Well, you see help coming, trying to drag this one far enough, but just not given enough gusto, won't get there.
Yeah, tough night at the office for Finland, and the kick of the rock with some frustration there from Una Kausta.
That sort of tells the story as we look at the scores. Sheet B, Russia leads Switzerland in the 5th end 3-2. Canada, as you saw, now up 5-0 after 5. And Denmark leads Italy 4-3 over on sheet D.
Putting the broom down in good place. Okay?
Yeah.
Give yourself a breath or breathe. Just give yourself the breath.
Words
They're
of
up
advice from
first.
Coach Swiss Helm.
Right.
More healthy snacks for Team Japan.
Re-energize. Of course, the U.S. had the morning off and went back-to-back games. So we look at the numbers to the first 5, and U.S.
Pretty nice shooting.
93% to Japan's 89. U.S. advantage all over there, but the ultimate difference is that single point lead by Japan.
So this one's a bit of an arm wrestle so far. Teams traded one in the first two ends, and then they traded deuces. USA got the force in the fifth, and now they get the hammer.
Okay.
What's your flavor?
Maybe.
Both teams with almost 20 minutes of playing time available on their time clock, so time management not a problem for either of these teams.
Sounds good.
Well, figuring out all the brooms, they'll get it all set up.
Yep, this one can go either way.
As the teams figure out the log jam to get coaches back up. Other coaches down for the other fifth end break. And I think we're just about ready to go. They're just joining us. 4-3, Japan leading. Erica Brown, Team USA, has the hammer.
Yep. When she says something like, yep, if it's, you know, in our ballpark of considered things, yep.
4秒05。
いいよ
ちょっと
絶対あるよ
見てもいい
ちょっと余裕ある
ちょっと待って曲がってない
といいよ曲がってきた
ウェイトだけクリンクリンクリン
ちょっと幅あるよ
待って
14.1
おお
チナ
伸びてるよ
Japan again playing the percentages, throwing that first one into the rings.
めっちゃよかったわ
Erica Brown immediately says,
4秒。
corner guard, please, to Natalie Nicholson.
Weight's nice 2.5 I don't know that I can claim it's pretty good it's fine Nat 15-15
We're not sweeping, I promise.
So tight guard goes out to the wing. One stone side of the forefoot. See, Eureka Yoshida, higher numbers here in the game than for the championship. Always what you're looking for, try to improve your numbers.
I think that one's mid guard, tight guard range. Nihan, my Japanese, been improving this week. In the 2-3 zone for weight.
ゆりかちゃんで26で。I think you can play board even.
This Japanese
I like
team
that.
A little bit.
represent the Tokoro Curling Club on the island of
If we're
Hokkaido.
gonna do that, then we might as well do that.
Well then no, let's go under. But I was just saying she can
Okay, hack.
hack.
Well, that's a pretty good looking game so far for Natalie Nicholson, 98%.
Yeah, anytime you see that 9 is the first number.
It's always a good thing. I never really saw it much, but these players are making it look
Whoa!
pretty regular thing, really.
Back line. Yeah. Just back line. Yeah, you got. Whoa!
Well by the guard.
Very little weight.
Yeah, I see that.
Looking for hack weight, but it looks more like back line. Just pushes that stone back a couple of feet. So I think Erica Brown was looking for a bit more weight there.
Yeah, a bit more. Still not a bad result. Leaves it in play. Tough to really roll underneath. If you're Japan, they may have to roll away. .95 for Yumi Suzuki. Gets a good chunk of it and removes that one. Rolls away, both just behind the tee line.
Do you want to go around this way?
2 stones in the ring for Japan,
They're here.
but 2 guards up front for the Americans.
Well, the question is, you play under the center line guard, or pardon me, the corner. Does Japan go around the center then?
They very well may.
My guess is they wouldn't. They would probably follow you the way they play that quiet weight,
Line's good.
little
we
tap weight.
5.5
Well, we know if the
six.
Japanese can see anything,
Room. Room.
they'll try to play a down weight hit at it, but
Line's great. Whoa. Just full.
trying to keep this thing forward in the forefoot so it doesn't pop out the other side. Trying to get a bit of an angle on the yellow one.
Just a few feet too much weight. Allows a chance to make this hit.
マジで。ハックとかする。
オッケー、ハック。ちょっと落とす。ちょっと落としていいわ。
Hack weight looking for here for Japan.
ちょっとダウン。いいよ。ハック。
Yumi Suzuki, delicate shot. Looking for this one to curl. Flops it in front of her own, and Japan lies 3. Little
Well
pocket there,
played.
though, for the Americans.
Yeah, they do have some stuff to hide. And speaking of things that are hidden, is that red stone by Switzerland to the top of the 12-foot against Russia and Anna Sidorova. Like it's not completely hidden.
Well, corner's hidden, but Sidorova's trying to blast it. Probably trying to roll out, but
Clean.
takes her single point. So
Allison.
after Switzerland deuces, they get a cheap force. Russia goes up 4-2.
Yep. Net. Okay, good shot.
I was hoping for the roller to sit right and leave that stone in behind. It is shot stone, Team USA.
Not a bad angle for the Americans because there's no inside roll now for the Japanese. It will jam if they do. So Japan is going to have to leave a path to the forefoot wide open. Hit and roll a little bit to the outside themselves. Here's Chinami Yoshida, excuse me. 90%. Like clockwork, game after game.
Tough to curl above your tournament average when it's at 90 every game.
Yeah, it's a pretty high bar. Nice stone.
What point do you think about playing away from those if you're Team USA and maybe trying to use the corner? Go around right now.
Well, you could use the corner, you could use the center, but all of these stones being on the wings, you don't really mind sitting your own in front of them.
No, I think kind of.
Obviously, the danger in that
I
is
think
that.
you gotta throw natural 7-8 here.
So Erica Brown just confirming that.
Corner freeze on the top one.
Okay, well, Allison Pottinger's thinking corner freeze, and I think Erica Brown is looking for a small bump, so they're just double checking. It is the corner freeze.
Where is it?
Whoa, you gotta whoa, Nick, no line yet.
Close. Close. Yeah, whoa. Close, both of you. You're here?
No.
Whoa.
No bounce.
Whoa.
They don't want to bounce.
No.
Small bounce there.
Good shot.
Pretty good shot for the Americans. They lie 1. Fujisawa is going to have to deal with that yellow stone behind the red one.
ちょっと後ろの方が高い？ちょっとね、こんぐらい。あー、オッケー。ちょ
We
っと
see
上
from
と
the,
上げていくか
the
な。
broom position there, telling her player what the angles are looking like at the other end.
それノーズじゃまずい？ノーズだと残っちゃいそうだな。
So the Japanese players are in sync now. Trying to hit about 3/4 on the outside.
7後半、7半。ゆりか。プッシュ。
Can also afford just to pick it out. Rattles them around a little bit.
Yeah, I figured they'd probably lose one. Tough to just make that straight pick.
It is. So Japan still lies 2.
あ、ナイスコール。
Little pocket there now for the Americans, though.
It's a little more, Okay.
Allison Pottinger thinking it's a little heavier than her first one, but the sweepers think it's okay.
Really goes off that line, and now Jornstad got to try and hold the line.
Yep, Nick, yep, stay
There's
on it.
Yep.
a risk of this one over curling. So it comes to rest on the edge of the 8-foot, but Japan lies too. And the way that they're angled, really frozen against that back stone, so that's going to make it even more difficult for the Americans to
ね
maneuver them, although looks like the Japanese are quite happy to blast away and
でもさこれさ
roll.
こっち見えちゃうとさこれあるじゃんこっち見えちゃうとさこれあるよ
両方難しいような気がするけどなどうだろうちょっと高めとか
うん
Yeah, I didn't like the hit.
Yeah, Fujisawa's first instinct was to hit, but
ここでもいい
Chinami Yoshida says, why don't we just draw?
最悪
They're lying
こ
too.
っちだよね
そうだねこっちから行く
That middle of the two stones might squeeze out if the Americans slammed it, but
こうだね
there we see Chinami Yoshida
白丸丸だったらとりあえず
eyeing it up,
スリーあツースリーワンツーあるの
checking the angles,
ワン
wants
ツー
to
ある
make sure where she wants to leave this rock.
うん
Now they switch and they're going to come down the intern side. Ideal spot's probably full in the 8-foot behind the center guard.
ちょっとイエスだラインを待てるよラインを待てるまっすぐちょっと入った方がいいおー上げたよちょっと前指2人で入っていいよ2人で入っていいよ中から2人で入っていいよ指も指ここ指かだけ曲がりすぎちゃう
Don't want to go too deep. Got a piece of the 4-foot, full 4-foot, right behind the center guard.
Yeah, well protected. I like the decision to play that intern, that if it doesn't fully bury, you're not going to leave a double to roll into that pocket.
Yep. And it took a while for
More
them
likelihood
to
of getting it this way.
reach their decision, but I think they made the right one.
Because you can at least roll into the pile. It's pretty tough, though. What? No, it does. I know. Okay, just to back line. She was there. Yeah, I think.
USA
Sorry,
with the
that's what
hammer,
we're trying to do.
but they're looking at 3.
Try and get to nose. Yeah. Not that. I'm gonna. What?
So last end, we saw that Erica Brown put the heat on Satsuki Fujisawa.
What do you want?
Now the tables
The
have
yellow
turned.
one? Okay, so I'm gonna throw back line. Just try and get it to back. Get it. You think it's slower? Same. Okay.
Erica Brown might be able to just see a corner of that Japanese shot rock.
Erica Brown, 88%. Played pretty well through this event so far.
They're working it hard to try and get it to curl.
Keep coming, every bit.
They've got a piece, but I think they're going to flop into the open.
Great sweep. Just to, you see the effect that one sweeper with the curl does.
There we see that red American stone. Quite a gap between those two guards in front of the house, so wide open for the Japanese. Yawning gap by Japanese standards in terms of navigating the guards. We've seen them get through some ports that you'd swear you'd have to turn the rock on its side and roll it through.
I have seen that at a World Championship. Not an actual rock that'll legitimately play, but try to hit and roll underneath.
Really working it early though. Trying to control the roll. They'd like to flop behind the center guard.
Try and make the little roll.
Got a piece. Would have liked another half a rock of roll, but Japan lies 3. And it's a force.
Does force her to draw and not even play that hit because
That's
nose
true.
doesn't get shot stone anymore.
So in the last end, we saw Satsuki Fujisawa make a draw against 2 to save her point, and now Erica Brown's going to have to draw full 4-foot to score 1.
I don't know, actually. What did you, Al, you said you'd have to roll? Yeah, just a draw.
Confirming it's just the cold draw.
Forefoot.
Yep. Erica Brown telling her sweepers, we just need a piece of
Not
the
quite
4-foot.
as fast as practice? Or you think it's as fast as practice? Okay.
They're talking about the pre-game practice time.
So the out turn to the 4-foot.
Line's good. Gotta go.
Big shot here for the
Line's
Americans.
good.
Erica Brown
Line's
says got to go
good.
right away. She's a bit
Take a
concerned that
look.
she's like, but
I got
looks
it.
not bad.
Look, it's running.
What do you got? Nick, a little bit. Nick. Whoa. Anybody,
Well, time's
Nick?
not that far off of where it should be.
Yeah, it looks pretty good, but will it stop in the back of the 4? But it's still rolling.
Stop in the 4. Goes too far. 1, 2. Steal
Wow.
of 2.
It's 2 for sure. Is it 3?
I did not think that with that time would slide that far. But the first,
So Chinami Yoshida confirming that it is a steal of 2. Surprise for Erica Brown. She thought she was light out of hand, but that one just skated with the early sweeping. And a big steal of 2 for Japan. They go in front 6-3 after 6.
そうなんだ。さっきもさ、私の1投目もさ、結構伸びてたよね。伸びてた。あれでね、14.2だった。あれね、1、2。それじゃないかと思ったけど。ちょっと伸びてるよね。
well, good evening, good morning, good day, wherever you're watching from. 6-3, Japan leading USA here in the 7th end. And the first real blemish on the line score for either side. As we look at all 4 sheets in our feature one. Sheet A, we get started for the 7th end. Yarika Yoshida. Team Japan played a nice end. USA tried their best to try and set up a 2. Couldn't manage it. And then Erica Brown thought she was light. Ended up sweeping a bit. Ended up going deep. And a steal of 2.
Yeah, sometimes those draws look routine, but they're anything but when you're facing 2 or 3, and that was certainly the case on that last stone for Erica Brown. So after the teams spend the first 5 ends of the game trading score for score, big steal of 2 for Japan gives them the advantage here in the 7th end. The Americans will look to throw up a corner guard, and
No, but I don't really want it to curl too far here.
they know if they can score a deuce, they're back in the game.
Good Good shot.
Good work. Oh, I'll go. Turns.
Yorika Yoshida being asked to play another stone into the rings right on top of her first one.
ラインはちょっと外で曲がってない。
戻すか。
さっきより曲がってないよ。
戻して。
Well, Japan coming in, that 6-2 record, looking playoff picture, playoff situation. They're right now tied for that last playoff spot.
ね、ちょっと落としていいのこれ。
As say that, one of the teams they're tied with, Canada, in the 6th end. Look at those.
Line's a little tight.
Well, looks like no shot here whatsoever for Una Costa, but she's going to try and blast these stones.
Take a look.
Vapor trail. Gets rid of 2, but it's a steal of 2 to Canada, so 7-0 for Canada after 6. So
Finland trying to just break the goose egg.
yeah, it's tough night for Finland, but the Canadians bouncing back strongly after their loss this afternoon to Korea. So 2 corner guards for the Americans, but 2 Japanese stones in the rings. Now Yumi Suzuki's going to try and clear at least one of these guards. There's one. Almost pops the other one.
Just underneath. Try for that one with a little bit of height difference.
It's pretty flat, but she almost got a piece.
もしかしたらストレートでちょっと滑ってんのかもしれない。
This Japanese women's team, especially the front end, they are not large women, but boy, can they generate some speed coming out of the hack.
Yeah, standing to the side, the broom up to the shoulders.
Yeah, no, they're both very powerful, very fit, but tiny. Proof, as if we didn't know it already, that good things can come in small packages.
Okay.
Well, guard slides in. Those 2 in the house. U.S. just has to focus. Still 4 ends to play. Just get your 2.
Yeah, a deuce here, and they're back on the program. Still 4 ends to play, so it's not panic stations yet by any means. Looking for a little inside roll. Partly covered the stone. Chance for a corner freeze there. Japan lies 2. Actually 3. That front stone I think is also biting.
Look in. Switzerland, USA, and
Switzerland, Russia, yes.
Switzerland, yes. Switzerland, Russia. As Binya Felcher has a narrow port to get to. It looks like she's shot right now. Get through and play a little hit and roll off that top one.
Well, let's take a look. Switzerland's been scrapping to come from behind in this game.
Ends up going past that top one, spilling their own further back and giving up the steal of 1, so now around 5-2.
Wow, so this is a huge one for Anna Sidorov's Russian team. 5-3, they really need the win, and they've got their nose in front in that one. Pretty much blown off the ice earlier today, but making a nice comeback tonight. So a bit of a debate here for Satsuki Fujisawa. Chinami Yoshida coming down to have a chat. They don't want to fall into a trap of having too many stones in play because they are up 3. They don't want to give the Americans a chance to use guards for freezes or come arounds. On the other hand, they are lying 2. Lying 3, actually.
かもうこれ壊しちゃうか。いや壊してもこれは相手やってくるから。ここは？ね、
Yumi Suzuki comes down to
そうだね
offer her opinion. There's Coach JD Lind and alternate Mari Motohashi.
グッドミス
ネガティブミスどこだ？
わあ中かな。
The Japanese team hasn't called timeout.
Amari
They're
long
still
way
fine
to
with their time clock. So
3まで
this is, we talked about this game being big for the Swiss and the Russians. Well, it's equally big for the Japanese. They're on 6 wins and 2 losses, and very important game for their playoff hopes tonight. So they'll take their time to try and make the right choice.
Well, they know they have a big day tomorrow also. They have Scotland and Canada as their final two.
That's a really tough finish for the Japanese. So Japan lies 3. Trying to protect those stones in the 4-foot area.
ちょっと幅あるよ。
ちょっと待ってるわ3、4わわわわ4ちょっと待って4、5
ある。
I think this one will be quite close to the rings.
4
Heard 3-4.
いいよ曲がってきた。
出たよちょっと落ちてきたよ
ちょっと曲げたいよ。ユミ。ユミ。
伸びてた
プッシュ。よっ。
よしよしよしよしよしよし
フリー。おー。あーナイス。あーね。
Small bite. Japan lies 4.
Well, I think I picked up San. Is that 3 in
That's
Japanese?
right.
A tight guard
Sun
using
is,
that number
Sun
system?
is 3. So 3-4, and that's exactly where it was in the weight communication systems. 1, 2, 3 or guard weight shots progressively
6.
forward from the hog line.
Yep.
Net result, Japan lies 4.
Well, some rocks for the U.S. to try and use. Try and
Lots of
generate
room.
some offense now if they can.
Natalie!
It's a very dangerous moment in the end for Team USA, however. They can bail themselves out with one great shot, but they can also make things really difficult for themselves. There's some contact and jams it.
That
So
was just way too much ice. It's my
yeah,
fault.
Erica Brown saying, "I gave you too much
Stay over
ice,
there,
Allison."
though.
So decision time now for Japan.
ちょうどアングルはあるんだ。
Do you lock it up? It's
Well,
pretty
now
tempting. Pretty tempting now.
You can't get rid. You can't peel the danger stone. Which is the danger stone? I don't know if there is right now. I think
Well,
danger stone might be one that you.
the one on the right-hand side's available for a possible American run-in, and it's hard to tell if those 2 reds. Yes, well, we can see the 2 reds could be run in on the shot rock, but you can't cover everything. She could throw another one in there between that red and yellow. Let's just see how deep Chinami Yoshida is going to throw this one.
ちょっと出たよ。
Do you think they'll try to play another one into the house, or at least the front part of the house?
いいよ1半ラインだけど
ちょっと曲げたい。ゆりゆりゆりか。
Long, long, long guard here.
ゆりかプッシュ。赤の前まで。端の赤の前まで。いいよ。
Trying to block the run-back play for the Americans. So the Japanese decided that that double red run back was the most dangerous shot, so they've covered that. Double angle raise was available, but now it's not. So now Erica Brown.
Try and clear the center line. Try and
Yeah.
open something up for her 2 skip stones.
Very dangerous now for the Americans, so they need to clear a path for the shot for themselves. Chance for a double here. Inside double or outside. Blows it by the shot rock, so Japan is still lying 3. Now we see handshakes between Finland and Canada. They've had enough, the Finns, but they got their point. But it's a victory for Canada. That takes them to 7-2. Much to the light of the hometown crowd here in Swift Current, Saskatchewan. But back to our feature game, USA versus Japan.
Yeah, so Canada with that win, and if there's a Japan win, that would mathematically eliminate any 5-loss teams, and also would eliminate the U.S. from playoff contention if Japan wins this game now.
So this American team already knew coming into this game it was a must-win. Some important guard here for Satsuki Fujisawa. Skip stones to play here in end number 7.
いいよ3ラインをユミユミユミユミ2半プッシュ
ちょっと曲げたいよ。曲げたい。
2-3 is the weight communication, so mid guard, tight guard.
プッシュプッシュプッシュ
They really want this to curl, though. They're trying to get some cover on their shot rock. Need to get a piece across the center line. Suzuki's really working it. Great sweep. Hides a corner. Not fully buried, but hides a corner. Big smiles from the Japanese. That was hard work, but worth it.
Maybe a chance now, play the out turn, try and get at that shot stone.
Well, the difficulty is it is available on the out turn, but if she hits flat half and flops to the outside, if she goes behind the red corner guard, Japan's still going to be shot. If she sits it in the 4-foot, 4-shot, chances are Fujisawa will have some kind of a shot to pick it out. So
Just throw like back 12, not even, like back 8.
okay.
Well, just some errors in this end by Team USA, unable to get
This
things
side's
set up.
slower
And
than what I did over here.
Let's listen to the weight
You
communications.
said I threw a 62 over here. That one that went right in, right?
I think I heard Erica Brown saying she just wants to play back 8-foot weight, back 8, back 12. She can see about a third to a half of this Japanese shot rock.
Close.
mentally trying to remind herself not to overthrow this one, it seems.
Whoa, Nat, whoa. Close. Close. Close, Nick. Natalie.
Did that just make a jump on them? They
Just
Just
by
get-
the guard. Hits, flops, and it does sit in the open, however.
had a little more weight than what they thought.
Yeah, it's a bit more than back 8, more like back line, but
Look at this. Does it make a jump on them?
well, let's watch. Trying to hold it straight. Just by the guard. But because that stone was half hidden thanks to the great sweep by Suzuki, there is a hole there.
いや曲がる方ではある。
曲がる方ではある。だったら10でいいのか。
You see the Japanese bench, Coach Lind, alternate Mari Motohashi.
ちょっとロールしたいけどノーズでも悪くないよ。
So there we see USA lies 1, Japan lies 2nd, 3rd, and 4th shots.
ああストレートがいいかな。
US has the hammer, but Japan can really put the heat on with a little hit and inside flop. There we see Japan's playing the yellow stones. Japan's up 3.
This can make life very, very tough. Fujisawa makes this roll.
おー、いいよ、ジー。おー、ギリピース。
This one's a little wider than I think they want it to be. Will it curl? Are they by the guard? Will they wreck? Just by the guard. Jams on the back, but Japan lies 4. Well, I think they got away with one there. I thought they were going to be wrecking on that outside red shot. Smile of relief there from Satsuki Fujisawa. Watch how close this comes to that outside guard. That would have been catastrophe. Oh, almost a spark.
So right here looks nice.
Yeah,
There's a reaction.
had it all the way.
I'll keep it close.
Using the body language, going both ways. Just get by.
So we saw Erica Brown in the last end having to make a draw against 3, sliding a little deep and giving up a steal of 2. Well, this time she has to make a draw through a forest of granite against 4. Tall order. Needs full 4-foot to count 1. There is a hole there. Let's check the interval.
I got a little too much line. I got a little
Erica
too much
Brown
line.
facing multiple Japanese counters.
Nick, no, just it's coming. You can clean.
Championship
Close,
life on the line
you gotta go,
with every shot now.
Working it now. This stone is really moving. Have they left it too long? Are they by that guard? Just by it.
Now
Will
stop
it
in the
stop?
4-foot. In the 4-foot, stop in the 4-foot. It will.
Wow.
Nice shot.
Huge sigh of relief for the Americans. Draws 1. They
Scary.
score 1 against 4. Scary indeed, but job done for the Americans. They're still alive in this game. Japan's got the hammer though, leading it
Really?
6-4 after 7 ends in swift current.
Great job.
Thanks.
Well, welcome back inside the Credit Union Iplex. Of course, the one final, Canada defeating Finland. We are here on sheet A, USA taking on Japan. Luke Ole, Hans Frauenlob. It is do or die now, the USA. We've been saying at times, do you think, is it a must win? Well, right now it is. Canada winning, and if Japan defeats the US, any teams 5 or more losses, eliminated.
Where is it? Nick?
Well, as we like to say in New Zealand, it's business time. Eighth
Really
end.
hard. Really hard, Nick. All the way, Nick. Come on. Come on. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Go, 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 go. Yep. 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 Sweet. Good work.
Well, the difference?
Yeah, let's have a look
An
at
inch
how
can
this
make.
eighth end shaped up. Satsuki Fujisawa had a chance to hit and flop on the inside to lie 4. A little bit wide, uncharacteristically, sweeping it to just get it by that guard.
Rolls
Jams
away.
on the back, but leaves Erica Brown looking at 4.
And watch this one now from Erica Brown. She's got this out-turn draw. She's facing a pile. She touches a guard, game over, championship over. Gets by, and now does it stop? That's the question. Yoshida takes it back 4 foot, and it's a single point. That's a wipe of the brow for Team USA as they stay in this one, down 2. Tick shot made by Team Japan. USA will try and put their next one up as well.
And that tick shot by Yoshida accomplished a couple of things. First of all, it moves that stone off the center line, and
Nick, if anyone.
it's also a corner guard for themselves to use.
Yep. Down here.
Whoa, we're there.
Whoa,
We're there.
then.
We're more than there.
2 points up, playing 8 if you're Japan. Job 1 is to score, but job 2, if you could get a deuce, you could pretty much put the game away.
Well,
So
this will make it tough to try and set up a steal. Natalie Nicholson has been good all game, but slides into the house.
yeah, that was an inopportune time to be heavy on a guard.
She has the advantage at the lead spot. Will no doubt come down after that one.
Yep. Whoa, whoa. Whoa. ちなみに入る？チナ。
Trying to control that outside roll.
あー、ごめん。ゴールミスだ。ナイス。
That spins out of the rings, but not out of play.
Yep.
Well, need to put another guard out in front. Need to get some mistakes out of Japan. Few and far between.
Line's
Oh, I
tight.
think you gotta go, Nat. I think you gotta go all the way.
Allison Pattinger timing the
I think
split.
You gotta go super hard.
Thinks it's light. Calling Erica Brown out to help with the sweep. Must
the
get
reason you
all the way across that black hog line to be in play.
reason you see Erica come out, this one well short. Erica come out. It's a different type of broom heads that they're using. Some are affecting a little more abrasive, getting more curl, and actually may slow a stone a little bit. Counteract what the other person's doing, so that's why you see the skip come out sometimes as we look at second numbers. Suzuki hasn't thrown a draw yet this game. A little rare.
It was quite rare, but Suzuki clears the guard, keeping her great knight alive. And so, ideal situation for the Japanese, nothing in play whatsoever.
Well, the US will try and keep putting it up. It ain't over till it's over.
Totally, but Japan, even though they've got control of the even ends, I'm sure would be really, really happy to blank the 8th end and keep the hammer into the 9th and perhaps score 1 and come home 3 up.
Good job. Very nice.
So now the Americans find the range on the guard on the 3rd attempt. Japan immediately look to remove it. Yumi Suzuki again.
Another peel, catch one of those side stones.
Sorry, I blew it. That was going out.
Trying to figure out what stone would have left and what one.
Stone was rocketing towards those stones on the boards, and Erica Brown thought it was going to hit the sidewall first and stop the stone.
Well, Erica, brutally honest there. I blew it. I was going to get that one, and mine says I should stop it, but you don't actually do it.
That's right. Allison Pottinger now. Americans doing whatever they can to try and
center, not quite the center if you can.
find somewhere to hide, hoping for a Japanese nose hit or a miss on a clearing attempt.
All right, that's good.
So now we'll see Japanese 3rd, Chinami Yoshida.
Look at the numbers of the thirds. Again, good numbers for the States. Just really one miss. Unfortunately, it comes at the hands of the skipper, and they take a lot of the blame, but also get a lot of the applause when they do pick up victories and make key shots.
So Allison Pottinger now, Erica Brown changing gears, saying, well, don't really want to throw another guard, so let's just throw it in the back of the 8-foot and see what happens. Hoping for a force now instead of a steal.
Guys, you're okay. Leave it on this side of center line.
No.
Well, actually
No.
coming up short, so
No,
will be another
no,
guard.
Good job, guys. Good work. Good judge.
That's fine.
Well, it isn't just a 2-point game. A blank in this end mean US would have to go steal, steal, steal if it was just of the single-point variety.
Yep, that extra point is quite big in the context of how you play the game defensively. Heading for the sideboards again.
And this time they do it
Yeah.
properly, able to get rid of that one.
Yes, Yorika Yoshida
Back here,
makes
but
the
I guess
save.
that's no different than-
Kick save and a beauty.
Neither one's easy or helpful. Try it.
Sure.
So one lonely stone in play, and looks like Erica Brown is going to try to use it. Yeah. Is she going to attempt the corner freeze? Yes, she is.
Going to go to that wide side. The lone stone in play here in this 8th end.
Okay. All right.
Erica saying, well, we haven't thrown one
Gonna
way
guess
out there.
that's Not as fast as.
How do we get there?
Yeah, I'm going over here. So.
Challenge when you're trying to throw a draw this wide. By the time the stone gets near the house, you're getting into very fresh ice, and speed of the stone can change quite a lot, so it's a bit of a guess for Erica here on the weight.
I think you gotta get it there.
The room, girls. It's getting better. Line's coming.
It's really
okay.
short, I
keep
think.
Coming. You can keep coming. Keep coming. You're getting in the fuzzy stuff
It's
now.
what?
Come on. Keep her moving. Keep her moving. Yep. Come on. Yep. Come on. Come on, hard. Come on, hard. Come on. Yep. Okay. Whoa,
And it
that's
does
okay
kind
there.
of hit the weeds and comes to a grinding halt.
Was that a spot that's just not thrown? Maybe a little.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the sides of the sheets rarely get played that wide on a draw, and because the ice surface hasn't been polished by the brushes through the course of the game, there can be 5 to 10 feet difference in the draw weight, and we saw there that stone's come up 8 feet short. But good chance here now for the Japanese to try and tuck one around that stone and set up a possible deuce, which could be a game clincher. There we can see just beyond Erica Brown's arm there, you can see the line where there's the polished ice, and just to the left of it, it's a little frostier, so big difference there. Fujisawa does not want to slide behind the tee line, and this one looks a little bit warm. Maybe she got spooked by Erica's shot. And
Almost could try and just make sure you sweep it just to make sure it goes through.
I was just going to say, you might want to even sweep this through if you're the Japanese, but no need there. It's there by itself. So, yeah, I think that Satsuki thought we're going to have to add a little bit here. But she actually came down quite a different path than Erica came down.
A lot more closer to the center.
That's right.
Look at the numbers. Fujisawa advantage at the skip position. Draws a little lower for Erica Brown, but that one draw, the steal of 2.
Erica Brown says, let's make this one. She
Really
knows how important it is. Trying to hide behind that corner guard.
Not going to probably get the steal, but this is a way to get a cheap force out of this 8th end.
Line's a little tight.
Line's good.
Yep.
Whoa. Wait only.
Get line.
I got room.
Room.
I got room.
Room.
No.
This one, of course, is also going down that path that's different than the first one she threw. So
Yeah.
will it stop? Japan trying to sweep it out of the rings. They'd love to be able to just have an easy blank, and they do.
They have the throw through.
So there we see just the impact of just slightly different paths in the ice. Erica Brown with a little giggle, saying, man, oh man, that first one really hit the binders, but the second one glided.
Just shows you the difference in a few different spots in the ice of what it'll do.
Yep.
So
Really have to be alert to that. But bonus for Japan. They get a cheap blank, and they get to keep the hammer into end number 9. So it is the blank. No score on end number 8. But Japan will keep the hammer into the 9th end.
So 6-4, Japan leads the USA. After 8 ends, it's draw 14 from Swift Current in the Ford World Women's Curling Championship. Well, welcome back inside the Credit Union Iplex. Blank 8th end and an odd end to that 8th end. Don't normally see draw come up short, draw go through, and then a throw through for a blank.
We gotta go. You're good.
2 centerline guards will be the objective. Luke Coley, Hans Frauenlob,
Yeah,
thanks
that's
for
fine.
tuning in
That's
here.
good.
Our coverage of the Ford World Women's Curling Championship.
Here, do you want to switch?
No. Just if you stay or give me that one.
Good first stone for the Americans. Tough task for them, but it is possible. 2 ends to play. You could steal 9, steal 10. That will get you an extra end. And you have to steal that too. And we see the frost lines creeping into the side of the sheets. Hasn't really been a factor this week, but came into play at the last end only because they went so wide on the sheet.
Trying the tick shot. Just punch that one over, and
Eureka Yoshida's make percentage on these ticks is incredibly high.
when they first became the shot to play late in games, there's a lot more misses than makes. And now that's completely changed because it's a shot practiced a lot more by teams. And a strategy employed not only in this position, but earlier in the game and getting a stone off the center line.
Yeah, teams are using this as a way to
Yeah, we can go low.
reposition stones now, not just to
Right here.
close out games.
Yeah, we're close. Needs to
Take
go
a
a little
look.
bit.
Whoa. Yeah, you're right. You're
We
right.
gotta go a little bit to get there.
Yeah, you're right.
Americans get that one in play.
Whoa.
So the guard goes up.
again.
Switzerland, Russia.
I don't know if she'll
And
play it or not.
Switzerland trying to score multiple points. They haven't been able to. Just 2
Got
points
it.
on the board against Russia. Benya Felcher forced to play this in-turn draw and take a single point. Get within 2 of Russia. Russia sitting in 5th place right now, right behind those 2 lost teams, trying to keep pace.
The Swiss are the only one-loss team at this point, but they're in a bit of danger tonight.
And that one will come down back 4 foot, so a single point for Felcher and Switzerland. They are 5-3 after 8 ends.
But Anna Sidorova and the Russians will have the hammer in the 9th end. So Switzerland has a tough road home. Yoshida makes another tick, so both of those red stones of the Americans are off the center line. Now they're more like corner guards for the Japanese. The Japanese were able to score 2 in this end. I would say it's pretty close to lights out.
Coming down, 2.5. Whoa, hang on.
Try and keep this one a little higher, maybe see if Japan tries to peel it into it and get it.
It's a slider, it's a slider. Good work, shot.
Where this one's going to glide a little bit. Yes, if you're the Americans now, you need a bit of good fortune. Either a miss or a nose hit or some kind of a jam. Talked about how this Japanese team plays the percentages. See an example of it. Wasting no time ripping guards.
And not baited into playing that double peel. The one that could hurt him is this one just thrown. Away goes that.
Almost nudged the yellow one onto the rings, but not quite. Seen a lot of action at the sideboards here in the last couple of ends, it seems. So Erica Brown saying, where can we put it?
On this side. Maybe you get a roll and a bump or.
Just as Luke was saying, trying to get a stone in a position where it's increases the chance of a Japanese clear jamming something. Good situation for the Japanese. That 4 foot is wide open at this point of the end. Nicole Joranstad. Trying to throw to third American guard.
Well, you played in these. It's a long week, let alone being 24 weeks pregnant.
Yeah, some could say that the Americans are, playing illegally. They got 4.5 players on the ice. Nicole is expecting and showing that pregnant mums can still compete in world-class sport. It's fantastic. Here's Yumi Suzuki trying to rip that guard.
クリーンいいよクリーンチナクリーンクリーンでいいよクリーンでいいよ
Makes the clear. Really impressed by this Japanese front end. They're 6 wins, 2 losses. We've seen a few of their games this week. They're a very good front running team.
6,
Execute the
7.
ticks really well. Execute the clears and double clears really well. So tough task for the Americans here to generate something, but they have to fire every bullet they've got.
Can you?
Yeah, it's all about right now the way the sweeping is managing stones. They do a good job.
Nick,
Sure do.
come on!
U.S.
Let's
trying to
go,
do just
come
that
on.
and get it around.
Come on!
Looking
If
to-
you can.
Looking
You
to
can.
hide
That's
something, trying to get it to
there.
curl into the back of the house so to get some protection at least from those guards, and they do. So that works out pretty well for the Americans. That one I think is at least partly hidden, and I would say probably fully buried.
Good job.
There we see it. Great shot there, team. That redstone fully buried behind those 2 corner guards, so
You like the peel call?
yeah, I do.
でもレースそうなって
There is a risk of some kind of a jam, which could turn out badly, but really the mission for Japan here is just to score. So if you can hit that top one thin, even if you pop that second stone forward into the ring somehow or something, makes the shot. If you keep the 8 foot wide open for yourself, you're in pretty good shape.
半分よりちょっと厚めはいリプランが半分より薄めだね
Just encouraging Fujisawa to be able to have a better look at the angles.
Tsunami Yoshida.
お近いよおやっ
Have they left it too long? They got contact. It jams.
ユリユリゴーゴーゴーゴー
So they leave the corner guard. So a small break there for the Americans.
Still have one in the rings. They know they're going to have to put the pressure on.
Erica Brown immediately says, give me a center guard.
feel like it's always been
We'll consider that one in the back pretty much locked away for ourselves.
The only thing with putting a center line guard out, you're trying to steal, but it's a stone that the Japanese can just throw a peel at and not worry. If they get the back one, they can get the back one.
Yeah, the Japanese will definitely try to run it in towards that American shot rock, but
You sure I can
if
go?
you're the Americans, you're thinking we got to steal this end, so let's try and throw one up the middle, and so we can hide behind it and make it a tough last shot for Fujisawa. Long guard there, though.
So now it's harder to run that one in.
It is. You could double clear now the front ones or the back. Quick look at the standings here, and as we said, it's an 11-game round robin, so each team will play 11 games. Switzerland on top 7-1, but they're trailing. Canada's won tonight, so they're on 7-2, level with Scotland. If Japan wins this game,
ちょっと上げ
they
る
can
ね
leap
じゃあ
into
ボーナスで
a tie with Canada and Scotland, and they play Canada and Scotland tomorrow. So
That would also, again, a Japan win in this game would make it a 5-team race for those 4 playoff spots, eliminating
it's like musical
USA
chairs. That's
and anyone
right.
else.
It's only 4 chairs left, and everybody's scrambling for them. What kind of action have they got here? Nothing, right between them all. Clears the front, though.
Just wanting to have an open look at the 4-foot. Japan has done just that for their skipper. And Fujisawa, she's had the 4-foot to look at when she's needed it.
So it'll be interesting to see where Erica Brown tries to put this stone. She has 2 to come. Firming just short, so she's going to take one more shot at the guard and hope for a nose hit. Penultimate day of the round robin phase of this 2016 Ford World Women's Curling Championships.
Tighter's better. Tighter's better.
Final day of round robin play tomorrow.
Tighter's better. Tighter the better.
A little more if you can.
Tighter the better. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. As tight as you can.
Playoff
Tight as you
places
can,
at
tight as you
stake.
can, tight as you can.
That's it. That's good there.
Olympic
That's good.
qualifying
Good job.
points at
Good
stake.
work. Good sweep, Nat.
Nice shot there by Erica Brown. So now they will have a chance to run this guard towards that shot in the house. So First job is to clear the guard, but
そうだね。狙って普通にビールでも。
they'll think, can we pick off the back one as well?
うん、置いてあげる。
多分落ちるとは思うから。
Well, that has to be the thought is let's try. If we do, great. If not,
Yeah.
still going to have a shot. It's probably going to be against 2.
Yep. You've got 2 choices to make in terms of the side of the rock you want to hit. And so by hitting this side of the stone, there's the chance of that long double. Small risk of a jam, but no real worry for Japan if that's what happens. They're close.
I'll get one. Get the back one.
Yes, they do.
Picks it off.
Great shot by Fujisawa.
Now, no matter what, that'll be Fujisawa drawing against, or playing a shot against only 1.
Great read there by Chinami Yoshida. Read the angle perfectly. Good team shot there. Celebrating before the stone was out of the rings, but got the job done. So, let's look at the game situations here. Last stone here for the Americans. So, worst case, Japan is going to be 1 up coming home with last rock.
Just a little.
Japan holding that 2-point lead, 6-4.
So try and tuck this one to the side. They should have a decent idea of the speed, even though it was going the other way, but this is the same path.
Yep, a number of stones thrown down this path now.
Wait only, I got lots of room. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
It is late in the game, though, so the players want to keep a very close eye on it.
Nick, just Nick, all the way. Just Nick, all the way. All the way, all the way, all the way, that's okay. Keep coming, Nick. Keep coming.
Trying to
That's what you
finish
said.
the
Keep
stone
coming.
behind the guard.
Whoa,
Good looking
let's keep
shot.
it to the 8. Whoa.
Very nice stone there by Erica Brown. America lies 1, so what's Japan going to play? It looks like it's just the draw to the pin.
Thanks. I was trying to, like, I was thinking you could even hang it out a little bit, right? Just to get more of the 8-foot, because.
It is an 8. Slippery.
No, I'm just saying, like, she's going to draw.
See the Japanese players doing a little bit of ice maintenance, just keeping that path of the stone clear.
Little.
So last stone of the end coming up for
8のライン。
Satsuki Fujisawa.
Anywhere in the 8-foot, it's been a very well played game from both sides.
だけちょっと止まるかもしれない。
Yeah,
87% as a team for Team USA, 89 for the Japanese.
it's true, but late in the game, these shots just seem a little bit tougher, more on the line.
Drawing for a single point, needs a piece of the 8-foot.
Need a piece of the 8-foot. Once again, Fujisawa delivers perfectly.
So draw 4-foot, gets their 1 and a 7-4 lead as they will try to hold off the USA and eliminate them from any playoff competition. 1 step closer for Japan, trying to get into the playoffs.
What fucking tricks do we know? 2 center guard instead of 2.
Fujisawa have to draw against one in Fujisawa had to draw against. Oh yeah, draw against 2 is the second end. Okay. Oh no, that's for. Oh, was it the first end? Against 3. Okay.
Well, Team USA watches on. They have
and then we're
a
playing
3-point deficit.
It's okay.
I think we'll see this first one through.
The next year should take us till 10.
Japan will be doing everything they can to not have any rocks in play. The Americans, of course, want every rock in play that they possibly can.
So this one will be thrown through. Japan, 3-point lead, trying to move to 7-2. No, they have Scotland and Canada, also 2 lost teams, awaiting them tomorrow in the morning draw. They'll play Scotland, game which you can see here as well, and then Canada in the afternoon.
If this Japanese team can, in fact, hold on for
It's
the
running
victory,
a bit.
it'll be a pretty good day's work for them. They'll go home tonight very happy if they can walk off the ice tonight for the second win today.
Good job, you guys.
There's one of the guards the Americans need. Interesting play that they choose the corner guard instead of a center guard. They've seen what Ishida can do with a tick, but I suspect the Japanese would just elect to throw through anyways instead of trying a tick.
So second throw through. We'll probably see another corner guard. USA trying to set up 3 in this 10th end to tie it up. Need 3 to stay in any playoff contention. Last time the US made the playoffs a few years ago, well, 2008 was the last time Japan made it in.
So the formula from here for the rest of the end, looks like the Americans are going to make the second corner guard. Now Japan can begin to peel. The Americans are going to need at least 1 complete miss from the Japanese, whether it's a nose hit or a flash.
Yeah, they got the 2 set up, and it was 2013. Erica Brown made the playoffs, finished 4th. Just worrying about taking care of business with the single peel is Yumi Suzuki.
Suzuki's had a really nice game tonight. Again, she makes a perfect clear. So for Erica Brown,
You want to talk about really good? Take a guess at percentage.
if it's not El Perfecto, it's pretty close to it, I'd say.
96.
That's pretty close.
My side even.
And all
so right
19
now.
hits.
Very nice evening's work for Yumi Suzuki. She's got one more important stone yet to come, however. Here's Nicole Jorenstad, who's had a very good night as well. She's at 89%.
Slider, but I still need to go.
The Americans can probably afford to throw one more guard, but that'll be about it. They have to have 3 of their stones in the rings by the end of the end if they're
I don't know.
going to get an extra here.
Good work.
Yeah, score your 3. You still, all that gets you is an extra as we look over. Won't need an extra over on sheet D. Denmark defeats Italy. So Denmark improves to 4-5. Italy drops to 1-7 with that 7-5 victory.
So Suzuki again with another perfect clear. Great night for her. As Luke Coley said, curling at 96%.
We need 3 though.
Yep, we can hear the
Okay.
players saying, yeah, we need 3. So
Okay.
they know at some point they have to get into the rings. Erica Brown saying,
Spot.
yeah, but if we're going to get 3, we're going to need 2 guards. I need to have at least 1 more front stone, please.
I heard the comment in a different spot, because putting this towards the center may not be
He hears even.
the textbook play, but
Well,
somewhere different.
at this point, you'll take guards anywhere you can get them. If there was a
Hang on, hang
piece
on.
of chewing gum wrap around
I
the
think
ice,
you're
they
right.
draw around
I think
that.
you're right,
So
Nat.
the Americans
Whoa, I
need
think
anything
they're
they can
here.
get.
Stay close. You're doing good.
Whoa.
Look over, Switzerland, Russia. And it was Anna Sidorova made a nice out-turn freeze tap with her first Ally shot, and now has a chance with the intern to go and score 2, put this one away. Bring Switzerland back to the two-loss field. And Russia currently sits in 5th place. A win could put them 1 game back of first, sitting in 5th.
Is this the nose hit that the Americans need? There is a jam, and they push that redstone into the house, so uncharacteristic miss here from the Japanese.
And there's a redstone in there, so U.S. puts in a different spot, forces a different play.
Well, that's the miss that the Americans
Yeah, I think so.
desperately needed. Still
Will there be
no
anything like,
easy way home for the Americans, but
do you want to play it back? Like back
faint
12
pulse.
behind it?
What?
Do you want to play it deep behind the center? You know, like an 8?
America's got last
Well, I'm
rock.
just
They
trying to
need
make sure
3.
There isn't anything. We don't need it yet. We're okay. We have a second. I'm trying to think, right? Like, I don't want to put it
It's got to
somewhere
be
they can hit me.
buried. I think back there and it's accessible, but
Allison Pottinger thinking going back in the
Come and
house,
look
but
if you
Erica
want.
Brown saying
Oh, what?
throw it there and they're going to be able to get at it. They've got lots of time on their time clock, so they'll confer.
I mean, I think we have to take our chances that she doesn't make a double.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't make it. I just wanted to know, like, if you want, like, just like a 4, you know, she might be tempted to the run, or if you want me to play it deep so she. I'm just trying to not get them too close together, is all.
No, I know. I mean, if she makes a double, she makes a double. But is this your second or your first?
This is my first.
4 rocks to come for the Americans.
I just am worried if it's an 8.
Yep.
I don't think she's going to chase it anyway. Well,
Yes. She should.
no, I think we need to come in.
We've only got 4 left.
Yeah,
Do you
let
want
her
me to
run
go-
it in
do you
there.
want me
I
to go
think.
back over here?
No, I think we need to go under.
Okay, sounds good. Straight draw under.
Did they determine exactly where they want to go under? Deep or short in the house?
I didn't hear weight communications, but Erica Brown said that we have to hide it. So
Alright.
that to me says
Just
it
like
can't
it's been.
really be anything more than top 4 foot. And that's where she puts the
I
broom.
like 6.
Good guess.
We'll probably either see Japan peel the center or go after the one top of the house.
Yeah. I heard
Close.
Natalie Nicholson saying
I
that
think you gotta go.
Japan
I
will
think you gotta go.
run that center guard in on the outside
You
redstone.
do have room.
Room.
Line's coming, Nick. You gotta stay on it. Yep, you gotta stay
All
on
the way. Come on.
Both sweepers on it. They really want to get this one in the house. They can't really be short with this
Close
one.
as you can. Come on. All the way. All the way. Come on. Go, 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 go. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
Great sweep by the Americans, and they lie too. So decision time here for Team Japan.
Peel the center, is that the danger stone?
Well, thing is, if you peel the center, if the Americans can throw one out to the wing, you know, they'll be lying 3. That's their 3 points that they need to tie the game. You could run this center stone. And there we see that's probably the preferred play. So if you clear the stone, try to remove at least one of the American shots in the process.
3点差
But
前からでもいいのかな
a little bit of indecision here by the Japanese.
それでもいいと思うでそっちセンターに構え入られたら前バンやればいい
So this is the most conservative play. Just eliminate one of the American shots. Remember, America needs 3 to tie.
All good numbers again. Shinami Yoshida.
Just peeling it off. They don't want to stick around.
So the U.S. does have a guard. We're going to try and draw behind.
3 stones to come for the Americans.
Oh, you got to be buried. I think you got to throw a good 7.
1 guard offering protection.
A little more room this time. Line's good.
Your line's good, girls.
That's
Wait
good.
only. You got more room this time.
Close, Natalie. Natalie.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Whoa,
whoa, whoa,
close,
whoa.
Nick.
Line's fine. Whoa. Just let it work.
Well by the guards.
Okay. It's good. It's good.
Sliding deep in the house, but the Americans don't mind that.
Good shot. That a girl.
Just has to get hidden.
That's right. Good shot. So,
Nice sweeping, guys.
Big
Out
Good
turn
work.
decision.
freeze.
Good work.
big decision here.
We do.
That miss
shot.
gave the U.S.
Good work.
life.
It certainly did.
Okay.
It's
She
brought
feels the
3 into
center.
play, just as we said.
Into it.
Japan
I guess the
trying
yellow 6
to
round, we gotta come around it.
effectively end the game here. If they can make a raise double takeout, which is what they're looking at, they would run the Americans out of rocks.
落ちるからノーズでいいよ。
But if she hits it a little bit high, the Americans will have a chance to score their 3.
ウォー。クリーン。ゆりか、ゆりか。クリーン。ゆりか、ゆりか、ゆりか、ゆりか、ゆりか。
I'll get 1, get the second. We'll get rid of 1 and the guard.
That's a pretty good result for the Japanese. So now Erica Brown, how do you hide 2 more? Great shot there by Fujisawa. Good
Well,
percentage play by the
You
Japanese.
threw here before.
By
this
doing
is the
that,
same
U.S.
room.
now
Yeah.
will
it's
need
just-
an
you can't
open
even-
miss.
Clears the guard and removes, crucially, one of those American counters.
I'm not
Assuming
sure if
trying to
there's
go
any-
with the intern to try and draw to
there's
that
nothing,
edge of
right?
the 12.
Okay.
And at this point, you just need to hit the paint and hope for a miss.
I think you got to go.
Right here, girls. It's all yours. It's all yours, all the way.
Nick, I
Can't hurt
think.
it. It's nice. Keep coming.
Must
keep
be in the
coming,
rings.
girls. Keep coming. You gotta keep coming. Yep. Good work. Keep
Looks pretty
coming.
good.
Looks great. That's good, guys. Good sweeping. Good work. Good
But
job.
Good sweep.
Fujisawa immediately puts her broom in front of that stone in the back 8 foot. Any contact, removing that stone. And Japan will win the game.
So we start to get near the end of this Wednesday evening. Satsuki Fujisawa can end any chances of the U.S. heading to the playoffs by removing this stone.
No panic at all from the sweepers. This looks pretty good.
This to join Canada and Scotland at 7-2, and it will do just that. So the U.S. run out of stones in this 10th end, and it is a victory for Japan. They are now 7-2 with the 7-5 victory.
Good game, guys. Good game.
Another solid win for the Japanese, while the U.S. falls back 4-5, now below 500.
大丈夫ってそうこね痛そうでも痛くないんだ意外と
Japan knows
すごい熱くなかった
tough final day, but they put themselves in good position.
こんだけ熱いと若干フラットになるんだねそうね
Scotland in the morning, Canada in the afternoon. Both sit at 7-2, the same record. And The last final out on the ice, it is Russia defeating Switzerland. So a 4-way tie right now for first place. Russia, a game back, but out of the playoff picture, heading to the final day of round robin play. Five teams now alive for the playoffs, heading to the final day of round robin play. Well, look back, our feature game US-Japan, and final shots of the sixth end. Last stone here, Satsuki Fujisawa looking to play the shot, hit lie 2. Actually lie 3 with that other one in the back of the 8-foot, forcing Erica Brown and Team USA to draw for 1.
Mine's good.
And trying to just have this one sit. It went out wide. And it slides deep. It stops and is a steal of 2 and a pivotal 2 in the game. Seventh end trying to bounce back, facing multiple stones and trying to keep their playoff hopes alive. Erica Brown and Team USA just trying to get past the front. And will it stop? It does, so the US get their point, stay alive. But knew it was a long way back in the ninth end. After a great draw by Erica Brown out to the wing. Still wide open rings. Satsuki Fujisawa to draw in, get their single point, and extend their lead to 3. Japanese skip has been right on, right there to the 4-foot. And 10th end, it was an open hit. Fujisawa runs Team USA out as rocks and out of contention for playoffs with a 7-5 victory to improve to 7-2. Japan, all hugs, all smiles, high fives around with that victory. Other games in this 14th draw, Switzerland dropping one to Russia 6-3, while Canada wins easily over Finland 7-1, and Denmark upends Italy 7-5 over on sheet D. Shaping up for a fun final day of round robin play as those 5 teams at top, all in playoff contention, everyone else eliminated. Canada, Japan, Scotland, Switzerland at 7-2, Russia 6-3, just behind, while Denmark at 4-5, the same mark as Team USA. Will not be available for playoffs, along with Korea just out of the mix, while Germany and Sweden at 3-6, and Finland and Italy round out the 12-team field, 1-8 records. was a fun-filled evening. Again, another great day of curling here at the Credit Union Iplex in Swift Current, Saskatchewan, Canada. A full house for the evening draw for hometown Canada. The home country winning 7-1, while Japan in our feature game defeating the US 7-5. Big games tomorrow. We'll be on early in the morning for our next game. It'll be Japan and Scotland. Playoff implications as Russia lingers just outside the playoff field with 3 losses. Well, they will take on Germany in the morning and then Denmark in the afternoon. Well, Canada plays Japan in the afternoon. And Switzerland in that mix too plays Italy and Korea. Lots of things still to shape out. Nothing for certain except 5 teams still alive. Canada, Scotland, Switzerland, Japan, and Russia looking to become the 2015 world champion. Got to make it to the playoffs first. And everyone else playing for those valuable Olympic qualification points. Every win hugely important at this event. So even though eliminated, wins great for your nation to try and set up into the championship round and the Olympics. Korea in 2018. It's the first year of the Olympic qualification points. Some live action. Every draw tomorrow, and 2 for you in the evening draw to finish out round robin play. And we'll be right with you throughout the playoffs. Swift Current playing host to another great event. Here's one more look at the standings as we wait victorious Satsuki Fujisawa. Canada, Japan, Scotland, and Switzerland, all at 7-2. If the playoffs started today, those 4 would be in. Russia, 6-3, on the outside looking in, but knows Canada, Japan, and Scotland all play each other to finish out round robin. And then here looking at qualification points, Denmark, Korea, and US all at 4 and 5, and Germany and Sweden 3 and 6, Finland 1 and 8. Getting points based on the placement of where you stand.
Satsuki, 2 great wins today. How do you feel?
今日2試合のいい勝ちでどんな気持ちですか？
予選の後半でいい試合ができて、なおかつ勝てたことはすごく嬉しいです。
Coming to the end of the, or nearing the end of the league play, we're doing well and we're pretty happy with that.
In the very first end, you had to make a very difficult draw against 3 stones. What were you thinking?
そう、1エンド目で大変なドローであってどう思いましたか？
スイーパーに言われたタイムより遅く投げてしまったんですけど、スイーパーがよく入ってくれて決めてくれたので、私というよりスイーパーのおかげで決まりました。
I threw it with a little bit less weight than the sweepers had recommended, and so I really relied on them and they came through.
Your sweeping has been fantastic. Now you have a very difficult day tomorrow, 2 tough games against Scotland and Canada. What are your team's plans for tomorrow?
そう、スイーパーがやっぱり強いですね。で、明日が結構大変な強いチームと対してどういう計画ですか？
明日当たるスコットランドとカナダは本当にいいチームで、なかなか簡単には勝たせてくれないですし、かなりタフな試合になると思うので、常にチームの強みであるコミュニケーションだったり、笑顔だったりを絶やさないで戦いたいなと思ってます。
Yeah, certainly we've got tough games tomorrow. Both Scotland and Canada are very strong teams, and we know that. So we have to just rely on our strengths, playing well and communicating well and keeping smiling.
We've enjoyed your smiles. 2 great wins today. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, that was victorious Satsuki Fujisawa. Sets herself up for the playoffs, or a chance at it, heading into the final day of round robin. Join us tomorrow For Hans Frauenlaub and myself, Luke Coley, the entire crew, thanks for watching the Ford World Women's Curling Championship from Swift Current.